Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to Detroit Tigers baseball. Join the crowd and enjoy the action. You're on 66 APBA. We're coming to you from out here at the park where the Tigers will host the visiting Philadelphia Athletics.
Their record now, 2-1. This is the first game in this 3-game series.
The Tigers take the field here in the first. Defensively for Detroit, Greenberg at first base, Gehringer at second, Rogel, the shortstop, Owen at third. And the outfield. In left is Fox. In center, White, and over in right, Goslin. Cochran is behind the plate and pitching for the Tigers. The right-hand throwing Bridges. This is Bridges' second start of the season. 1 win, no losses.
He's coming off a win.
After 1 game, his ERA at 2. He will be facing Athletic starter, left-hander Wahlberg. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. Bishop leading it off. Mack is a tough out on the year.
3
for 13, 1 homer, 2 ribbies. Bridges looking in at the target. The pitch. Swung on, chopping ground ball up the middle. Rogel is over, stabs for it, and it's through. Base hit for Bishop. One on, Cochran now walks out to bat. He bats left-handed. Pretty good with a stick so far.
3
for 11. He's walked once. Bishop has the speed to score on a double. Cochran waits. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to Philadelphia Phillies baseball. This is a national pastime on APBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park where the Phillies will host the visiting Chicago Cubs.
Their record now,
1
wins and 2 losses, having lost 2 in a row. This is the first of a 3-game set.
The Phillies take the field here in the first. Defensively for Philadelphia. Rose at first base. Trio at second. Boa, the shortstop. Schmidt at third. The outfield consists of Luzinski in left field, Maddox in center field, and McBride over in right. Boone is behind the plate and on the mound for Philadelphia. The port-sided Carlton. This is Carlton's second start of the season. 1 win, no losses.
He won on his last outing.
After 1 game, his ERA at 1. He'll throw it by just about any batter. He will be facing Cubs starter, right-hander Lee. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Here's Galland to lead it off. The Cubs can count on him on the season. 2 hits in 13 trips. He's stolen 1 base. Galland waiting, bat stirring slightly. Carlton prepares to come home. He wheels and deals. Swung on, foul tip. Held by Boone. Strikeout. 1 down. Kyler up there. You don't want to pitch carelessly with Kai. So far at the plate, only 1 for 11. He's due. Kai has 1 homer on the season. The batter stands in. Carlton will go to work on him. To the plate. Kyler lifts one. Hits a big league pop-up. Going back is Trio. Waving his arms. He calls off McBride and makes the catch. And that's the second out. Two gone. First inning. Right-handed batter Hartnett now walks out to bat. Hartnett at the plate to hit on the year. 5 for 12. He has 2 RBIs. He's walked once. Hartnett takes his stance. Catcher Boone sets his target. Now he comes home with it. There's a liner toward left. Luzinski is coming in hard. He can't get it. It's on its way to the wall. Hartnett's headed for second. He'll try for third. Maddox is over. He has the ball. Too late. Hartnett ends up on third with a triple. Luzinski tried to make a sliding catch, but the ball scooted by him. For Hartnett, his second triple of the season. 2 gone. First inning, 1 on. We have Klein coming up to hit. He bats left. He's their cleanup hitter. The Cubs can count on him to date at bat. 3 for 11. 1 homer. 4 ribbies. He's walked once. Klein relaxes himself at the plate. Carlton will go to work on him. Hartnett takes his lead at third. Carlton into the wind. Klein puts a charge into this one. It might fly. Luzinski races back to the wall. He times his leap and comes down with a glove full of dead homer. Terrific play for the final out. That'll do it for Chicago. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. They couldn't get the runner home. Cubs, nothing. Phillies coming up. For the Cubs, their record now, 2-1. On the league leaderboards, they're 5th in batting at .225. Second best in slugging. Tied for second in steals with 1. The Cubs take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Defensively for Chicago, Cavaretta at first base. Herman at second. Jurgis the shortstop. English at third. The outfield consists of Klein in left field, Galland in center field, and Kyler over in right. Hartnett is behind the plate and on the mound for the Cubs. The right-handed Lee. This is Lee's second start of the season. His record 1-0. He won his last start. After 1 game, his ERA at 3. Pretty good control. Trio to lead it off for the Phillies. Right-handed batter to face Lee. Trio good at the plate. So far this season,
2
hits in 14 trips. He's stolen 1 base. The batter stands in. Hartnett crouched down now.
The pitch.
Whistle to right, in there for a hit. Kyler is over quickly, bobbles the ball momentarily, but Trio isn't buying it. He sticks to first with a single. Phillies hitter Boa. You can't afford to take him too lightly. On the year,
3
with 14, Trio can fly at first. Lee poised.
The pitch.
Boa shortens up on the bat and lays one down. It's in front of the plate, but too hard. Lee is off the mound quickly and pounces on it. He has no play at second and takes the out at first. Boa has himself a successful sacrifice. Trio moves up. Here's Schmidt to hit for the Phillies. Trio on second, 1 gone. Mike, a strong hitter. So far at the plate, 6 with 11. Mike has 1 homer on the season, 2 ribbies. He's walked
3
times. Lee is on the slab, checks Trio at second. Trio stretching his lead.
The pitch.
Popped a mile high. Hartnett throws off his mask. He's there. Foul ground. Takes a step back and brings it down, and he looks Trio back to second. Well, McBride will bat next for Philadelphia. 2 away, 1 on. McBride, recently known as a solid hitter. So far, 4 for 13. Bake has 1 homer on the season, 4 ribbies. He's walked once. Trio out at midway, can race. McBride takes his stance. Hartnett ready to receive. Speedy Trio edging toward third. Lee cranks it up. It's popped up. In the air to the left side. Jurgis racing over into foul territory. He waves off English and makes the catch. And that retires the side. For the Phillies, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. They couldn't get the runner home. No score. The Cubs will get a try in the top of the 2nd inning. For Chicago, here in the 2nd, Herman, Cavaretta, and Jurgis. Okay. Here's Herman to lead it off, and he hacks from the right. Hits for average. On the season, 2 for 12. He's walked once. Herman can get on for you. Carlton prepared to work. The offering to Herman. Herman beats it into the dirt. A Baltimore chop in front of the plate. Boone waits for it. Rifles a throw to first, and the ump thumbs Herman out. 1 down. Cavaretta comes up to bat. Phil can be dangerous to date, batting 4 hits in 13 trips. He's walked once. Boone set. Here's the delivery. Breaking ball, called strike 3. 2 away. Now coming to bat for the Cubs, Jurgis. He has not been a hitter of late. To date, batting
3
hits in 11 trips. Billy steps up. Boone crouched down now.
The pitch.
It's a shot down the line to right, near the foul pole, and it's foul. Strike 1. Jurgis back in the box. Catcher ready. He cranks and fires. Swung on. Big K. And Jurgis is retired. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors midway through the 2nd. No score as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Luzinski, Maddox, and Rose due up for Philadelphia. Here's Luzinski to lead it off. Nuzinski, not strong at the plate. To date, batting 2 for 14. One homer. Nuzinski knows how to get on base. Lee looking in at the target. He lets one go. Nuzinski dribbles one down the first baseline, but Lee is able to reach it. Shovels to Cavaretta, hustling back, and that's all for Nuzinski. Maddox walks up. He bats right. Gary will hurt you. To date, at bat 3 was 12. He's walked once. Maddox does not reach a lot. Lee looking in at the target. The delivery. And it's popped up behind home plate. Hartnett making the call. And the catch. And that's the second out. Rose getting ready to go. A sure hitter so far at the plate. 1 for 10. He's walked 3 times. Rose waiting. Bat stirring slightly. Right-hander Lee ready. Now the delivery. Rose started to go round, but he checked his swing in time. He takes a walk to first. Here's the right-handed Boone to take his swings. The Phillies have 2 outs. Rose on first. Not in there for his bat. On the season, 2 was 10. He's walked once. Bob waits. Hartnett sets up. Rose is off with the pitch. Lined toward third. Base hit. Pine is racing to the line. Rose is digging around third. They're waving him home. He will score. Boone stops at second. As the throw comes in, double and an RBI. So a run scores on the Boone double, and the Phillies go ahead by a run, 1-0 here in the second. And Boone now has 2 runs batted in on the season. Next up, Carlton batting ninth. The Phillies have 2 outs. Boone standing out at second. On the season, he's 2 for 4. Carlton steadies his bat. Catcher ready. The pitch. Bounce to short. He takes a high hop. Fires to first for the third out. For the Phillies, 1 run on 1 hit. They lead 1. They jump into the lead. The score now stands 1-0. Phillies as we head for the top of the third inning. For Chicago, it'll be English, Lee, and Galland. Okay. To get it going for the Cubs here. English, he bats right. Not in there for his bat. This is his second game to date at bat. 0 for 1. Carlton looking in at the target. Carlton comes to him. Ouch! Caught him in the leg. He couldn't get out of the way. He's rubbing that leg. English is in pain, but he seems to be okay. And he trots down to first. Lee coming up. On the season, he's 0 for 3. He's sacrificed once. English, he might score on a triple. Batter facing Carlton. Pitcher Carlton set to go. Infield back at double play depth. Carlton brings it. He squares. It's bunted to the right of the mound. Carlton has it, looks to second, and takes the sure out at first. A sacrifice for Lee. English moves up. 1 gone, third inning, 1 on. It's now Galland to bat. He'll bat from the right side this time. Galland steadies his bat. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Boone crouched down now. Here's the delivery. Galland pops a little fly. Back of second. Maddox coming on. Coming on. and makes the catch in front of Boa. English held up, and now he tags, but the coach flashes the stop sign as the throw comes in. All right, here's Kyler. For Chicago. 2 down, 1 on. English down at second. In the box now. Catcher Boone sets his target. Carlton rocks and fires. Carlton fans him. Side retired. The half for the Cubs. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Phillies over the Cubs. 1-0. Philadelphia now will send out the top of the order. Trio, Boa, and Schmidt. Trio to lead it off. Hartnett sets up. And now the pitch. Popped up, shallow center field. Galland is coming on, and he's got it. 1 down. Boa is now up. Lee looking in at the target. The delivery. Upstairs, and Boa isn't tempted. Ball number 4. And he takes his base. That was Boa's first walk of the season. Philadelphia now sends Schmidt to bat from the right. For Philadelphia. 1 away, 1 on. Lee wants to pin Boa to first. Schmidt steps in. Right-handed Lee goes to the set position. First baseman Cavaretta ready for a throw from Lee. Lee cranks it up. It misses. Ball 4, and Schmidt will get the base. And there's a runner in scoring position. And that's already the 3rd walk issued by Lee. 1 out, 3rd inning, 2 on. Left-sided McBride will bat next for Philadelphia. He's their cleanup hitter. McBride now ready. Lee is on the slab. Lee now set. The runners take their lead. Lee now swung on. Easy bounce at Herman. Could be 2. He flips the Jurgis at second. Over to first. Double play, and they get out of the inning. That'll do it for Philadelphia. No runs on no hits. No errors. They leave 1, so the Phillies fail to capitalize on the runner. The score is still 1-0. Philadelphia. As we go to the top of the 4th inning. Philadelphia will now face the heart of the Cubs lineup. Hartnett, Klein, and Herman coming up. Hartnett leading it off. In the box now. Pitcher Carlton set to go. Here he comes. Taken, strike 3. He's gone. 1 away. Klein is up. Carlton looking in. And the pitch. Klein chops it toward Rose. He backs up and plays the big hop. He waves off Carlton and takes it himself for the 2nd out. Herman walking up the bat. Billy steps up. Now Carlton ready. Carlton with the pitch. Herman got under it. It's drifting near the stands past first. Rose is there. He has it. 3 away. So the Cubs go down 1-2-3. Phillies still with a 1-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Phillies will have Luzinski, Maddox, and Rose here in the 4th. Luzinski to lead it off for the Phillies. Right-handed hitter to face Lee. Now Lee ready. He cranks and fires. Hot shot to the right side. Herman to his left. Tipped off his glove. He has it. Throws quickly to first. and gets him by a step. One down. Maddox to face Lee. Lee is ready to fire it in. Now the pitch. Hot smash to third. English gets his glove on it. Now the long throw. Cavaretta scoops it on one hop, but he bobbles it. He's safe. And they give Maddox the hit. One on. Here's Rose. Super speed down at first. Lee focuses in on the target. He lets it go. Soft blooper to right toward the gap. And Tyler cuts it off on the bounce. Maddox is around second. They're waving him on. Here comes the throw. Here's a play at third, and he's just safe under the tag. The Phillies put two singles back-to-back. Two on the bottom of the fourth inning. The next Phillies batter is Boone, right-hander. On the season, Boone has 2 runs batted in. He puts the ball in play. He stands in. Hartnett sets up. Infield is back. Maddox at third with his arms out. Crouch. Lee kicks and deals. Boone pops it up behind the plate. Hartnett tosses it mask away. Moves under it and makes the catch. And that's out number 2. The Phillies have 2 gone. Maddox at third. Rose at first. The bottom of the fourth inning. Philadelphia now sends Carlton to bat, hitting from the left side. Batter waits. Lee set. Speeded Maddox edging down the line. Now the delivery. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Lee slipped one by him. That's 3 away. For the Phillies, no runs on 2 hits, 2 left. So the Phillies failed to cash in on the 2 runners. After 4, it's still 1-0. Phillies. For Chicago, here in the 5th, Cavaretta, Jurgis, and English. Cavaretta will lead off the 5th. He bats left. Carlton gets set to work on him. To the plate. Cut on, ripped to right centered. McBride gallops for it, but he cuts it off. Cavaretta wisely holds first. The tying run is on. Here's Jurgis coming to the plate. Jurgis made an out in his first at bat. Real speed at first with Cavaretta on. Carlton on the rubber. Now glances at Cavaretta. Cavaretta bluffs going. Throw to first. He's back standing. Carlton gets the ball back. Now he's set again. The pitch. He squares. Nice bunt right down the first baseline. His only chance is to let it roll foul. And it does. Again, he squares to bunt. The pitch. Bunted fair off the plate. Nope. The ump says it's off his foot. Strike 2. So Jurgis steps back in. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Shakes off the sign. Now Boone is running out to the mound. They're talking it over. And now Boone is trotting back. Here we go. Checks Cavaretta on first. Cavaretta bluffs going. The sacrifice is on. Carlton fires it in. Bunted to the third base side. Schmidt charges. Barehands it. And throws a strike to first for the out. Jurgis has himself a successful sacrifice. Cavaretta advances to second. The tying run is now at second base. English is stepping up to hit against Carlton. 1 away. Runner on second. At the plate today, he was stung once. Cavaretta out at midway can race. If he scores, we're tied. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Carlton gets set to work on him. Cavaretta moves quietly toward third. Carlton kicks and deals. Carlton misses. Ball 4. English will go to first, and that sets up the double play. And that's the first walk issued by Carlton. That was English's first walk of the season. Two on. Here's a pitcher, Lee. Carlton climbs the mound, checks the runners. Infield back at double play depth. The pitch, pop foul behind first. Trio is over. He's under it and hauls it in, and the runners hold. Galland up the bat for Chicago. Cavaretta on second. English on first. 2 away. Down by 1. Augie gets good wood. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Left-hander Carlton ready. The runners take their lead. Carlton spins and fires to second. It's right there. The tag. Cavaretta's back safely. Now Carlton is set again. Carlton with the pitch. Grounded hard to short. Boa fields it. Flips the trio at second. And they get him to retire the side. For the Cubs, no runs on 1 hit. No errors. 2 men left on base. The Phillies have held them. Phillies still leading by 1 and will go to the home half. The Cubs will face the top of the order here in the 5th. Trio, Boa, and Schmidt. Here's Trio to start it off. He's a right-handed batter. Some power. Trio gets in there. Hartnett crouched down now. He brings it in. Hot smash to third. English gets his glove on it. Now the long throw. Cavaretta scoops it on 1 hop, and Trio is retired. Nice play on both sides of the infield. 1 away. Boa coming up. Not much power. Lee is ready to fire it in. To the plate. Routine grounded to second. He's up with it. He flips the Cavaretta, and they get him. And that's the second out. We have Schmidt coming up to hit. Schmidt walked and made out once. Batter waits. Hartnett sets up. He brings it home. Grounded to short. Jurgis charges. Takes it on the short hop. Throws quickly. Out at first. 3 away. The Cubs retire the side in order. After 5, it's still 1-0. Phillies. And here comes the artillery for Chicago. Kyler, Hartnett, and Klein. Kyler will start it off here in the 6th. He's a right-handed batter. The batter stands in. Pitcher Carlton eyeing Kyler. Now he's ready. Carlton comes to the plate. Off-balance swing. It's skied. In foul territory. Boone's over. Rose, he's there at the dugout. It's out of reach. Strike 1. Kyler back in the box. Left-hander Carlton ready. The pitch. Just over the knees. The plate up. Thumbs him out. 1 down. Right-handed batter Hartnett now walks out to bat. Hartnett is a guy who will battle you to get on. Batter facing Carlton. Left-handed Carlton goes to the set position. Carlton into the wind. Hartnett bounces one toward short. Grabbed on 2 hops by Boa. Makes the throw. And Hartnett is out at first for the second out. All right, here's Klein to take his swings. He's their cleanup hitter. 2 down. Klein has done nothing in 2 trips. Chuck can do some damage. Batter facing Carlton. Left-hander Carlton ready. Here's the pitch. Lined to right center. That's good for extra bases. Maddox is chasing it down, but there's nothing he can do. Klein cruises into second. For Klein, his
First.
double of the season. 2 away, 6th inning, 1 on. Next up, Herman hitting 5th. Herman 0 for 2. Carlton bends for the Rosenbag, climbs the mound, paws a rubber. Herman at the plate, leans in. Carlton put on the rubber. Carlton has a sign. Carlton prepares to come home. The pitch. Grounded weakly to short. Boa charges in, comes up with it, and goes to first. And the side is retired. For the Cubs, nothing across. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Phillies still leading by 1 and will go to the home half. McBride, Luzinski, and Maddox to bat next. Leading off, McBride. A reliable power hitter. McBride gets in there. Catcher ready. The pitch. It's lifted high in the air. Center fielder Galan parks under it. He's got it. And McBride is gone. 1 away. One gone. 6th inning. Luzinski will bat next for Philadelphia. A right-sider. He has some power. The hitter stands in. Lee staring in, ready to work. He cranks and fires. Misses the strike zone. Luzinski tabbles to first. That was Luzinski's first walk of the season. For Philadelphia. 1 away, 1 on. Maddox up the bat. Okay power. Luzinski at first not known for his speed. Gary ready. Hartnett ready to receive. Big hole on the right side. The pitch bounced sharply to the left side. Jurgis grabs it and flips to second for 1. No throw to first. The runner did his job, but they get the lead runner. Next batter, Rose. Rose is 1 for 1 and walked once, and he scored once. Lee focuses in on the target. Lee kicks and delivers. Taken, and Maddox takes off to second. Hartnett throws, safe. Maddox has a swipe. That's his first steal of the season. So Rose will get back in there. Lee comes set. Maddox stretches his lead off second. Lee cranks it up. Swung on. Hit hard to Jurgis. He'll go to first. 3 down. That'll do it for Philadelphia. Nothing across. 1 left on. So the Phillies failed to capitalize on the runner. Phillies up 1-0. The Cubs will have Cavaretta, Jurgis, and English here in the 7th. Here's Cavaretta to start it off. Left-hander Carlton ready. Carlton into the wind. Fastball. It's a number to the left of the mound. Boa charges. Picks up the ball barehanded. Then he gets him for out number 1. Jurgis coming up. Carlton prepared to work. Now the delivery. Healthy cut by Jurgis. Base hit right field. And Jurgis will hold it first. As the throw comes into second, he's on with a single. The tying run is on. 1 away, 7th inning, 1 on. Next up, English. In this game, one free pass. He also reached once when he was hit by the pitch. Good speed at first. Pitcher Carlton set to go. Now the pitch. English smacks it straight down the line and left. Could it go? It could. And it's foul. Just outside the left field foul pole. Strike one. English stands in again. Carlton staring in, ready to work. To the plate. And it nails him on the shoulder. English is in pain, but he seems to be okay. And he trots down to first. The tying run is now at second base. Jurgis on second. English on first. One gone. Next to bat for Chicago is Lee from the right. Carlton climbs the mound. Checks Jurgis at second. Infield back at double play depth. Carlton delivers. Off-speed delivery. Lee chases it. He's out of there. That pitch was low and way out of the strike zone. 2 down. Galland gets set to bat against Carlton. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. They'll have to work around Galland's power. A chance to drive in a run here. Carlton put on the rubber. Carlton gets set to work on him. The runners take their lead. The pitch lifted high to right. McBride chasing it down and takes it in. For the Cubs, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 2. The Phillies have held them. After 6.5, it's still 1-0. Phillies. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back while it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, strike you out at the old ball game.
For Philadelphia, it'll be Boone, Carlton, and Trio. Boone will lead it off. Not much power. Right-hander Lee ready. The pitch. Base hit right field. And Boone is aboard with a single. Second safety for Boone. Carlton coming up. Boone on first is not speedy. Carlton waits. Lee prepared to work. Infield looking for the bunt. Lee deals. He squares. It's bunted to the right of the mound. Lee has it. Looks to second. And takes the sure out at first. And it's a sacrifice for Carlton. Boone moves up. Trio to hit. 1 gone. Runner on second for Philadelphia. Up by 1. Trio is 1 for 3. It will take power to score. Boone from second. Pitcher Lee set to go. Body rigid, and they are putting Trio on. Free pass to Manning. Mack will let Lee take his chances with Boa. Boone at second. Trio at first. 1 away. We have Boa coming up to hit. The switch hitter will go to the first base side of the box. Not a long ball threat. 1 RBI for Larry this season. Lee sets up on the rubber again. Catcher Hartnett sets his target. The runners take their lead. Lee spins and fakes the pickoff to second. Boone hits the dirt. He'll have to brush off a bit. Lee is back on the rubber. The pitch. Lined hard to left. Klein running. He stabs back and makes the catch. Good recovery. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. The Phillies have 2 away. Boone on second. Trio on first. The bottom of the 7th inning. Schmidt up, hitting third. Schmidt is a real slugger. Mike has driven home 2 runs for the season. Hartnett ready to receive. Lee rocks and fires. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. That's 3 away. For the Phillies, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. They leave 2. A good chance goes by the board, holding their narrow margin. The score still stands 1-0 Phillies as we head for the top of the 8th inning for the Cubs. In 1-run games, their record now 2-0. Carlton will now face the Cubs. Artillery, Kyler, Hartnett, and Klein. To get it going for the Cubs here, Kyler, right-handed hitter to face Carlton. Kai 0 for 3. Kyler has struck out twice. Carlton sets up on the rubber again. Lefty against righty. Here's a pitch. Routine grounder to second. Trio scoops it. Flips to first. That's 1. One away. Hartnett up to hit. They want to see him get on. Hartnett is 1 for 3. Hartnett has pop in that bat. Carlton climbs a mound. Lefty against righty. The pitch. It's a long fly ball to center field. Maddox got a late start. He's running back. Still after it and makes the catch in the webbing. 2 down. Klein is stepping up to hit against Carlton. Klein is a threat for the extra base hit. Klein is 1 for 3. Boone set. The pitch comes in. Low. Ball 4. Klein hustles down to first. And Carlton has walked the tying run. And that's only the 2nd walk issued by Carlton. Herman steps up to face Carlton for Chicago. 2 away. Klein down at first. Herman is 0 for 3. Herman is a threat for the extra base hit. Carlton focuses in on the target. Big hold on the right side. Klein not wandering too far. Now he comes home with it. Swung on. Popped up. Schmidt moves toward the line. He's under it. And he makes the catch. For the Cubs, no runs on no hits. 1 left on. The score is still 1-0 Philadelphia as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. For Philadelphia, it'll be McBride, Luzinski, and Maddox. McBride will get it started for the Phillies. They'll have to work around McBride's power. Bake is hitless in 3 at-bats. McBride steps in. Hartnett set. The pitch. A whiff. 1 away. One away. Right-handed hitter Luzinski gets set to bat against Lee. Luzinski is a threat for the extra base hit. Gregg has a walk and 3 times up. Luzinski waiting for Lee. Lee looking home. Lee over the offering. Luzinski smacks it toward the hole. Jurgis far to his right. Nice stop, but he bobbles it. Luzinski takes a big turn around first, but he'll stop there. They give him a single. One down, 8th inning, 1 on. Maddox walks up. He bats right. Maddox has been up 3 times with 1 hit. He's stolen the base. Luzinski at first, not a threat on the pass. In the box now. Lee sets up on the rubber again. Rose is trying to get loose in the on-deck circle. Checks Luzinski on first. He lets one go. A towering fly ball to center. Galland drifts back. He brings it down, and they are now 2 away. Luzinski retreats quickly. One on. Rose will bat next for Philadelphia. The switch hitter will bat left-handed. Rose has been up 3 times with a hit and a walk, and he scored once. Pete steps up. Lee now set. Lee kicks and delivers. Rose started the swing. Did he hold up? They check with the third base ump. A base on balls for Rose, and that's 6 free tickets by Lee. The Phillies have 2 outs. Luzinski on second. Rose on first. The bottom of the 8th inning. Next up, Boone. Boone has 2 hits and 3 trips. Driven in 1. Right-hander Lee ready. The pitch. On the ground, a deep short. Jurgis can't get there. It's through for a base hit. Klein running in. Still coming. Luzinski is well around third. Rose is rounding second. They're waving Luzinski in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's safe ahead of the throw. And Rose holds at second. Boone is on with the single. So Boone with a ribby single, and the Phillies now lead 2-0. That gives Boone 3 RBI on the season. 2 down, 8th inning, 2 on. Here's a pitcher, Carlton. And the fans are giving him a big hand. Carlton settles himself in the box. Lee prepared to work. He comes home. Swung on. Easy bounce at Herman. He's up with it. He flips to Jurgis at second. And they get him to retire the side. For the Phillies, a run on 2 hits. No errors. 2 left. They had a little insurance. Phillies leading by 2. 2-0. The Cubs will have Cavaretta, Jurgis, and English here in the 9th. Cavaretta will lead off the 9th. Anderson making his first defensive move. Anderson makes a switch in left field. Gross comes into the game replacing Luzinski. Carlton is on the slab. Rotates the ball slowly, almost imperceptibly. In his hand, Carlton focuses in on the target. The pitch. Line drive base hit to right. McBride fields it and throws it to second. A clean single for Cavaretta. Second safety for Cavaretta. Okay, Jurgis steps up to face Carlton. Runner on first. In this game, Jurgis is 1 for 2, and he gave himself up once. Carlton is on the slab. Carlton prepared to work. Anderson looking on. Cavaretta takes a good lead. And now the pitch. Fastball. Just inside. Ball 1. Carlton climbs the mound. English stretches in the on-deck circle. Checks Cavaretta on first. The pitch. Just catches the plate. See you later. 1 down. So Cavaretta down at first. 1 out. Chicago now sends English to bat from the right. Not much strategy here. Cubs need a hit at the plate today. 1 free pass. He was stung twice. It will be tough to turn 2 with English to plate. Carlton put on the rubber. Checks Cavaretta on first. Cubs skipper Mack walking down the bench. He's calling on his reserves. Mack is yanking English. He's sending Stevenson to the plate. That's right. He grabs a bat. He'll take his time getting to the box. Stevenson coming up. Walter, one of the league's best. Stevenson rarely hits into a double play. Stevenson brushes his shirt. Carlton works the ball with his hand. Carlton flaps his left arm. The Phillies lead the Cubs 2-0. Batter in the box. Bat cocked. Leans in. Carlton on the rubber. Unlikely that Lee will bat next. Carlton staring in. Ready to work. Cavaretta takes a good lead. Carlton brings it home. Lofted deep to center field. Maddox runs straight back. He's at the warning track. And he takes it in. Cavaretta is tagging. But they'll hold him there. Lee is scheduled to hit. The pressure's on Lee to deliver the big hit. Left-handed Carlton goes to the set position. Cubs skipper Mack walking down the bench. Mack is yanking Lee. Demery will pinch hit for him. That's right. He grabs the bat, heads out. So Lee gets his innings. He pitched 8. His line, 2 runs on 7 hits. He stands to lose it unless the Cubs can make up the 2-run deficit. Demery walking up the bat. Excellent credentials with the stick. This is his second game so far at the plate. 0 for 1. You don't need Einstein to solve this puzzle. Demery needs to get a hit. Demery still not in the box. Wipes his hand across the letters. Stares into the dugout. Carlton flaps his left arm. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Carlton. Demery takes his place in the box. Leans in. Boone sets up. Now Carlton pitches. Grounded deep into the hole. Moa has it. Throws quickly to Trio covering, and that's it. So the Phillies stop the Cubs, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of Anderson. The Cubs leave the tying run at the plate. Carlton has the shutout. A complete game. And a beautiful tie hit. That's his first shutout of the season. Here's the line for the Phillies. 2 runs on 7 hits. No errors. They lead 10 for the Cubs. No runs on 5 hits. No errors. And they lead 9. Carlton gets his second win. His record now 2-0. Lee falls to 1-1.
So the Phillies gain a step.
For the Phillies.
Overall, they now stand at 2. And
let's see.
2. The
Cubs.
Overall, 2 and 2. In the next game, they'll go after the Cubs again.
That puts the wraps on this one. This is APBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from Philadelphia. Phillies take this one from the Cubs. 2-0.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out today. Really appreciate it. Yeah, you're welcome, Tim. So I'll just keep you guys a few minutes. I know Robbie's talking about doing a baseball for Windows games going about. I have a couple things to do and then see if I can catch up with Aaron on the Discord to try to help him figure out a few things. So so Cousin Ken and I were talking in the chat about with the Dead McGreevy League going. We're getting down to the end of it and trying to think of what to do. And I just passed an idea of doing a 10 actual team great tournament encompassing the 19th century and the dead ball era. Just creating a tournament because I really, after this, there's no immediate projects. That's what I mean. This was just like these baseball for Windows games I'm just doing as one-off. So just pick a game. And if you were here at the top of the stream, you realized I canceled one of the games because Mickey Cochran's on both teams, so I have to remember that whatever the two teams are now. They can't face each other. Um, oh yeah, the Athletics and the Tigers. So I have to always remember to let those games. I have this thing about I don't like duplicate players. I know some people don't mind because you can say, oh yeah, let's see how Mickey Cochran did on the Athletics versus how he did in the Tigers. But I just think it's weird. I don't want Mickey Cochran popping it behind the plate to Mickey Cochran. It's just too weird. But anyhow, so I think I'm going to set something up at Action PC Baseball, and we'll do this as a sort of live stream one evening. So we were tossing out a lot of great teams, and see what we can put together for a 10-team tournament. I think it'd be fun rather than a full season thing. I think it'd be fun. So hopefully, put your 19th century and dead ball caps on, and we've had some great suggestions here. 1912 Red Sox, the 1902 Pirates, 1906 Cubs and White Sox. 'Cause that was just a great World Series, right? Everybody thought the Cubs were going to take care of the hitless wonders, and that just didn't happen. The 1894 Orioles, the 1884 Providence Grays for Cousin Ken. Um, so just pick 10 teams, and just being careful to avoid duplication. Um, I think it'd be fun. That way we can, just have a little tourney that goes on while I can get the all-time baseball, that all-time baseball World Classic that I want to do. Negro Leagues, Steve Tate right now is dealing with some, job transition and stuff like that. So that one is going to be put on the back burner for a little bit. So yeah, I'm just looking for something to do. I should be consulting Robbie Wartburg, who has a ton of projects, but then I'll end up with too many. So it is. And yeah, thank you, Clinton. Thank you. As Clinton says, put the thumbprint on the like button and telling me to have a great day. I will. I definitely will do so, one way or the other. I shall strive to do. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, it is. It's. But actually, Aaron, you can manage in this game too. I just let it run because I think it's just fun that way. I can just type in the chat to you guys and stuff like that. But you can completely manage a lot of pretty much the same manager options that you have in most of the other games. So you can manage against it, and it's pretty fun. Um, but yeah. So Robbie, are you going to do a game? If you are, I will bow out, man, and you can go ahead and do a game if you're into it or whatever. So we'll wait for the decision by. Okay, so Robbie's going to do a game. Don't know which it's going to be. 1920 or 1914 Federal League. So whatever it is. Thanks, guys, for coming in. It was fun to do a little bit of afternoon baseball, and I've got to get some laundry started and all that kind of crap. So Aaron, okay, he's replaying 1920. So I'm going to start to get some laundry going. And Aaron, as far as trying to help you, certainly again, we'll try to do our best. I'm still trying to figure out a way how to get a certain thing uploaded that's 4 gigabytes and see, where I'm not going to get red flagged. So, and if not, we'll just get your address, and then next Friday I will get Baseball for Windows for you, and you hopefully will be off to the races. I'll show you how to do some things. There might be some things you're just going to need my help on anyhow, but I'm always willing to do that. I think it would be fun to see some more of this game out there as well. And I signed up to be a beta tester for Baseball Mogul. Hopefully Clay will accept it. And I'd love to be a beta tester for Out of the Park Baseball, but I guess it's not who you know, but who you blow. So there's that. There's that. All right, anyhow, Robbie itching to do a game. I know I could get babbling about baseball all afternoon, or I'd be like, hey, let's do another game. But let's let Robbie take over. So my thank you to Aaron Reed, Robbie Wartburg, Clinton Parks, Tim Clee, Baseball Fan 879. Cousin Ken Castro, as always, the Cubs, the Bears, always awesome to have you along for the ride, my friend. Much appreciated. And in this one, Baseball for Windows, I don't have to thank Midlife Crisis, so we'll thank him anyhow. So we haven't seen John DFW around for a while. I do hope that he will allow us to keep the Discord, and I'll announce in Discord, and we'll try to see if people are interested in this idea of doing a tournament comprised of 10 teams. Um, Furthest back we can go is 1880 for Action PC baseball, which makes sense. 1870s baseball is a little bit squirrely anyhow. So many rule changes in that decade. And rosters, the rosters there, especially if you go back to the National Association, there's no way when you have like one pitcher, literally. So, and those aren't available in Action PC. They are on Baseball for Windows, but you can't do tournaments on here. So the 19th century presents its own issues, but we shall persevere. So think of some great teams, and we will try to figure out a way to try to avoid duplication, and we'll have some fun with it. It'll be great, I hope. And again, it might just be 2 or 3 of us watching, but that's fine. I can't. I may be thinking about, yeah, let's do some 1990s baseball or some 1980s baseball, but I just can't. I don't know. That's not my thing. I love baseball, but it's just not my thing to sit here and do that. The other thing I want to do is start to just to revisit. We know they're not going to play out that way, and Robbie, I am almost done. I promise. Some of the great games in baseball history, right? The 1951 Dodgers Giants shot heard round the world game, and you know just all of those. We have the 1929 World Series to finish up. I'm just at this point kind of sort of like a sightless man in an infinitely large room trying to hit a single balloon in the dark to try to figure out what to do next, and I can't. It's almost an embarrassment of riches that has me overwhelmed as to, okay, what can we do next? I think at some point down the road I'd like to do another draft season like we did, but that's not going to be for a little while. I think the next thing will probably be for the Negro Leagues is when we'll do that. Or that all-time baseball classic. But it's a mountain of work to do, and I do have to keep the channel running, which means that I can't take all my time to just try to create that league and try to make all these decisions for, I think it's 12 or 14 countries, and how we even want to do that, Cousin Ken, of course, will love the Ireland team, as it's basically all 19th century players. As you baseball students and historians would know, the Irish dominated. But yeah, so I mean, any cool suggestions, that you guys might have for a baseball project, post them in the Discord, because I really have brain lock right now as far as something sustaining while the other ones are being worked on. These baseball for Windows games I have, they don't count. These are truly, I created a 154 schedule, 54 game schedule. I picked just 16 teams from history, and that's pretty much. These are just one-offs. Very occasionally, this is a project that would never be done because it's not really a project. Just a way to do a game sometimes in the afternoons. That's really all it is. Robbie was asking me by what criteria did I choose these teams. I just picked 10 teams. I don't even remember what 10 teams they are. I really don't know. I was just, yeah, these guys would be cool, these guys would be cool. And obviously not a lot of thought went into it, because picking the 31 A's and the 35 Tigers, forgetting that Mickey Cochran was on both teams. So not one of my not one of my shining moments. So I appreciate it, guys. If you put some ideas in Discord, maybe light the old fire, but definitely the tournament is something I hope would garner some interest. The Cubs, the Bears, Cousin Ken Castro. I mean, everybody's throwing out all these ideas, of teams, and I mean, it'd be fun, to see, for instance, like the 1884 Grays and the 1894 Orioles, or the 1917 White Sox against the 1902 Pittsburgh Pirates, or whatever. Again, those the 1904 Highlanders, right? And um, just there's a lot to choose from. Um, I'll tell you this: the Whites, though I can't do the White Sox. If I do the 1906 Cubs and White Sox, I have to make sure there's not White Sox players still on there in 1917. I don't think there is, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. MV and Big Clue would be interested. Oh yeah, absolutely. So cool. All right. So thank you guys again. And Robbie Wartburg, I guess, is ready to fire up 1920. So thanks a lot, guys, and hope to see you tonight for another clash in Ned McGreevy League. Tonight it's going to be. Let's look really quickly, and then we'll go. I want to see what's on tap for tonight game-wise. I know we got a couple of zingers here that we can do. So just give this a moment to load up. And truly, 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 Robbie, we are almost done, my friend. All right. So yeah, so one of the games we're going to play tonight is Philadelphia and Providence. So cousin Ken, hopefully you're up for another night of intensive managing. So that's going to be a good one. Cleveland and Carolina will be playing, but we'll probably autoplay that. There's only going to be time for one game tonight. So it looks like Philadelphia and Providence, because these two teams are in a three-way tied for third. Butler is playing Bellingham. That would be a decent game as well if I can get an earlier start. Um, but yeah, so hopefully, cousin, you can be here this evening. We'll start late since I've noticed when I start things early on my channel in the evening, I might get two people in here. I guess you guys are used to me playing later baseball and when I can some afternoon baseball. So, um, hey, there's Big Clue. Have a guest home manager on certain nights. All right. Well, what I can do, cousin, if you can't be here and you're the home team, I'll at least make sure that that Billy is in, and I'm going to actually look at this as soon as I go off stream. I'm going to look at the manager tendencies and see if there's a usage issue, because he's in all 10 lineups, and I don't know why the computer AI isn't picking him. And I haven't seen that enough. I mean, we've seen it with Bellingham with Ty Cobb, but I can see what it's doing there. It's splitting time between Ed Roush and Ty Cobb. And he's got, I'm not sure, I know that he is kind of going back and forth between having the AI do everything or not or whatever, but um, why Providence isn't starting Slide and Billy Hamilton, who is the obvious choice um, in center, is beyond me. And so I've looked through everything, and that's the last thing I haven't looked at is how the AI is managing Billy. And I know we're down to the end, but um, you're still in the hunt. So I do want to fix that. Oh, you meant in the tournament have guest managers? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a superb idea, actually, because that could really mix it up a lot. It'd be fun. Everybody with different managerial styles. Ken has been managing like John McGraw, and actually, and I will say this: if I were to do a thing, and this is no knock on any of the other managers, not at all. So please don't take it this way, guys. But when Ken built his team, he built it around those risky plays and double steals and run and hit and all that kind of stuff. And if I were to tell people, okay, do you want to see how to manage in this era to do a paradigm shift from baseball the way we think of it now, catch any one of these games that Ken Castro has managed, and you get a really good idea of how these games actually were managed. You've heard me say many times that John McGraw, literally, he did. He literally fined a player for hitting a home run. McGraw, of course, one of the greatest managers all time in baseball. You can definitely mention him in the same breath as as Sparky Anderson, and many many others certainly. John McGraw was just a legend, and one of those rare occasions where he was also a superb baseball player in his own right. Um, you see so many guys. Ted Williams was not a good manager, and yet one of baseball's greatest hitters. And it seems like these great baseball players make lousy managers. McGraw, the exception to the rule. This man knew baseball inside, outside, upside down. In the Negro Leagues, Rube Foster is if you were to have an analog to John McGraw in the Negro Leagues, I think you can make a strong argument for Rube Foster, certainly, and then of course a great baseball executive as well. But anyhow, I'm going off on a tangerine here, and I don't want to do that. See who's in that chat that night and see who wants to manage the Orioles or whatever. I like the idea. I like the idea. Somebody managing the 1894 Baltimore Orioles, and such a revered team that if you go to Camden Yards and look at the logo, right, that's kind of punched through on the aisle seats at Camden Yards, it's the 1894 Baltimore Orioles logo. I mean, and it's a great, great team. And if you want to play risky baseball, that's the team to manage. The Cubs and Bears saying Out of the Park 24 trailer came out today. Game is out around March 24th. It's like waiting for Christmas. Yeah, the graphics, I did see the graphics are looking better. And somebody mentioned at the chat last night that it needs better graphics for immersion. I mean, it's not at MLB The Show level, but there's not a baseball text sim, which it really is, out there that looks as good as Out of the Park Baseball in terms of its animation and things like that. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to what improvements they make in the historical mode. That really caught my eye because there are still some issues in the historical mode with some of the ratings in Out of the Park, especially in tournaments. It tends to rate fielders a little bit low, I've noticed. So yeah, looking forward to all this good stuff. I absolutely love Out of the Park baseball. Love it to death. So, all right, that's it. Everybody, go on to Robbie Wartburg's house and get him animated and talking in the chat or typing in the chat, and have fun. And we'll see you guys later. And see you around. Until then, see you around the batting cage.